Marry Me starts today at 12 on BBC One.
Open up now on BBC One to Kilroy.
Morning, everyone. Morning. Hello. Hello and good morning. Okay, so you're in your 40s, your 50s. You're on your own. But you're still attractive, vital, alive, sexy. You're not ready to be written off, are you? Of course you aren't. So why haven't you found anybody to love you then? What's your problem then, Giselle? Why haven't you found a man? Why are you still looking for one?
It's not that I can't find a man. It's the right sort of man. I keep finding the wrong ones.
There aren't any wrong sorts of men.
Oh, there are.
How can there be? All men are wonderful. How can there be a wrong kind of man? A man's a man.
Exactly my point, you know.
What's wrong with them then?
Well, the ones that I've met are shallow, they lie to you. I've just met some really nasty men. I mean, I'm sure there are some nice ones out there, but where are they?
What are you looking for?
Deep fried.
Hello, Jake. Deep fried? What do you mean deep fried?
Not
Where
shallow.
are you coming
Not
from?
shallow, man.
Oh, not shallow. Oh, right. Don't say anything again. What kind of man are you looking for?
I haven't got anybody, you know, set in front of me that I think that's the right sort. I just know that they need to be honest and kind, and I don't care what they look like. I'm not being overly choosy. I don't care if they're fat, bald, and drive a dust cart for a living, so long as they're
Oh, so
good
you're
to me.
desperate then?
No, I'm not desperate. No.
Well, that's what it sounded like.
No, not desperate, because I'm quite happy with my own company. But I would like to meet somebody because I'm 43 and I've got to a stage in my life where I would like to share my time with someone, and somebody nice and kind. But it doesn't happen. I tend to get younger men.
Where are you going to meet people?
There we go. I normally go to the
I wonder what she wants to know. She heard you say, I tend to get younger men, and she said, where'd you go to find them?
I can take you with me if you want one night, you know. Singles club I go to, and that's basically the only place that I've been. And I know I'm going to the wrong place, but that's where I go.
So why are you carrying on going there?
Because it's very restricted where you go to. I'm a very bubbly person, and I'm the first one out there jigging about because I enjoy it. And to be quite honest, I don't go there specifically to look for men. I enjoy the atmosphere and the music and just having a good time.
You looking for a man, Tim?
I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say I'm actively searching.
What's the problem? Is it the same thing as men, that they're shallow and lie and not honest and...
Well,
They just want one thing anyway.
Excuse me?
They just want one thing.
Oh, right.
They just want wham, bam, thank you, mum, and that's it.
Oh, right. What kind of men are these then?
All men. Most of them at the end of the day. They don't want to wine and dine you like when you were younger. You get to a certain age now and they just think, well, they've done that already.
What, wining and dining you?
Yeah, so all they want to do is give you a quick...
Yeah. We know.
You're not meeting the right one.
Tell her, Marlene, turn around and give her a good talking
You're
to.
definitely not meeting the right ones.
Yeah, but I have met men that will do them things, but then I find they're very, very boring.
You know what you should do, though? You should stop going to those swinging clubs.
I haven't got that feeling for anybody in...
She didn't hear that, did she?
Sorry?
I said you should stop going to those swingers clubs.
No, I don't go to...
I know you don't. It was a joke, but it fell very, very flat. Because I think they all thought, oh, does she? Oh, I'll do that again.
Two alternatives.
Jake?
So, what does he look like then, this guy?
He's got a great voice, doesn't he?
He doesn't have to look in any particular way. He just has to do something to my heart, you know.
What does he have to be like?
Like Kilroy.
Get stripped, you're picked. It's an old rugby term.
Where's you Is it a problem then?
Not really. No, not really meeting people. No, I don't find trouble meeting people.
I thought you got chatted up all the time.
Yeah, I do, but they're not the right people.
Who did you get chatted up by?
All over.
All
Everywhere.
over? Yeah. Right, you got chatted up here today.
No, there's no many here.
That's what?
No men.
What do you mean?
There was them actually chatting all the way.
It was Jay. Jay. I saw when Marlena walked us down. He stood up. He stood up and sat down. I saw him when the editor came and shook it. He stood up, saying, "Real gentleman is Jay."
I said that to him. I
He is
said
a real
he's the
gentleman.
perfect gentleman, yes.
Yeah, so
that's what you have to look for, a perfect gentleman.
Yeah, but he could be very
They're
boring.
very hard to find.
Or it could be a veneer, couldn't it? He could be just the same. It should be the same way. Bernard, what's the problem with these women, Bernard? Because you're not a man.
Yeah, this woman.
Well, they said there's no men here.
She's looking for a perfect man.
No, I'm not looking for anyone.
It's
I've
not
got
to
mine.
exist a perfect man.
Does he not?
You have to work hard to find the man. Like me, I had a lot of women.
You've had a lot of women.
But it was not the perfect I'm looking for.
How many women have you had then, Bernard?
A lot. A lot.
What? 3?
Maybe 4.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah. So
Bernard, that's a lot, 4.
it was not the right woman I'm looking for.
They're not the right women.
So this woman, she said she's looking
This
for.
woman?
Yeah, she's looking for perfect
This
woman.
woman is Marlena.
Not me. I'm not looking for.
No, she's not looking.
I've already got mine.
Have you?
I've got several.
Oh.
And they're all younger than
What are you come here for then?
me. To give some advice.
Oh, right then.
And to get a cuddle from you.
Oh, Marlena. Come on then, talk to...
What would you
no.
consider to be your ideal woman?
I mean, you can't find a perfect man like this.
Yes, but you said you'd had lots of women because you couldn't find a perfect woman.
Yeah.
So tell us women that don't have a regular partner in our lives, what would you consider to be the perfect woman? Help us. Where are we going wrong?
What should they do? What's she doing wrong? What should Giselle do?
The woman I had before, she didn't understand me, my point.
They never do they, Bernard?
You know?
No, they never do.
Always a difference.
No, they never do.
Always a difference. You know?
Tell you, that's a new one, haven't you? I bet you've never heard that one before. My woman doesn't understand me. You've had to come all the way from France to tell us that. That's new.
We have to understand each other.
Yeah, what, me and you?
Then we can work. No.
Oh,
with
you and the woman? Yeah. What has she got to do to find a man like you?
Take that hat off his head.
She has to go in the top.
I should think you're tough. I don't bring him all the way here from France to be insulted. He's a guest of mine. You don't insult my guest. It's a lovely hat. But we're not looking for it.
It's the RAF.
Is the what?
RAF.
It's an RAF hat. That's not
Yes.
right. It's not the right colour blue. Hey, you don't know your RAF. It's the wrong colour blue. He might have an RAF. What have you got an RAF badge on for? No, he's not. He's the Royal Volunteers. What's the
RAF.
RAF. Well, the blue's gone funny. Listen, we're not talking about his hat. What's she got to do to find a man? Janet, go on, it's what?
Maybe it's the nationality.
No, not him.
No, I know, but I mean, we're talking about most of the people you meet in this country are English and they don't talk to you, most of the lads.
Oh, really? Why don't they talk to you?
That's what I'd like to know.
But why do you think? Where'd you go?
Oh, as I say, I mean, I've not been out searching, as it were, but I mean, I go to sports centres and all kinds of places.
And
But
what other kind of places? Sports centres?
Well, theatres.
Theatres, yeah, what else?
Galleries. I mean, I'm not
She's
going
not been
in
out searching,
No,
sports
I'm
centres,
actually-
galleries.
I'm looking at the art.
They say it's the best place. I didn't know that. Art gallery.
But nobody...
It's a big
people
pick-up
don't
joint
speak
art
to
gallery.
Do you
don't
speak
speak
to
you,
them?
Sharon.
Do you speak
No,
to
I
them?
do, yes. And then they look at you as if you've come from Mars or something. Right.
Why?
No, but the average Englishman is not used to, or doesn't appear to open.
That's not my experience at all, and I find it really surprising because I think it's about your internal attitude, really. I've had no problems meeting men, and quality men as well. It's quite surprising. There's a lot out there.
Quality men?
Quality men, yeah.
Where do you meet them then?
They're around, work, go out for a drink to a bar.
So what are we advising Sue and Giselle then, and you, Marlene? You're supposed you came here to give them advice. Because you're looking, Sue, aren't you?
I'd certainly like a proper partner.
How old are you?
52.
And how long have you been partnerless?
2 years.
All right, and have you taken active steps to meet anyone?
Yes, in my line of work, I meet at least a dozen, 20 men a week. If you're looking for a one-night stand, you're looking just for a drink, fine, you can get that anywhere. But to get a man that's sincere and respectful and have a mind of his own and be interested in you as a woman, as a person, it's very difficult.
Why?
It's very difficult. I don't mean to be flippant, but I have no trouble attracting younger men. No trouble whatsoever.
Oh, there's somebody here. Oh, no. You found younger.
Yeah, and I wasn't looking.
But younger men are easy to attract because they
not younger.
appreciate who you are. They appreciate that you take care of yourself. They appreciate that you dress well, that you try to be your own person, and they accept that. But when you say younger men,
how much younger?
Anything from 25 to 35. 40.
So you have your pick of younger men?
It's not difficult.
But what, they are not interested in a long-term relationship?
I don't ever let it get that far.
Why?
Because I find that once they have wined and dined you, and I disagree with the lady behind you, I do find that they... No, the lady in blue. But they are prepared to take you out for a meal and to open the door for you and pull the chair back, etc. Same as our friend Jake does.
I'd said that I have met men like that, but what I'm saying is they're boring.
Yeah, they are boring. They do
They are boring. I like that, but I want the man to be exciting with that.
That's right.
The men that seem to open the door are the ones that are boring.
You do need a conversation afterwards.
Well, I don't know, someone that can make you laugh, and maybe go ice skating, do all the silly things that you done when you were young.
You want one who'll pinch your bum, don't you? Yeah, that's what you like. Yeah. What are you looking at me like that for? Is that the problem, finding men? Is that what it is? They're boring.
Well, no, they're not boring. I find I've been on my own for quite a while now, and I've had fellas, I've had men, and I've had a good time. You go to places, and then in the evening, and when they finish, they take you home, they want you home, and what do they want?
One band, thank you.
Cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
Could be Ovaltine. Ovaltine. Yeah. Cocoa. Yeah. Hot chocolate usually, isn't it?
Yeah. They don't get either off of me, I'm afraid. That's why I'm still on my own.
Is that the problem? What about younger men? Sue says she can attract younger men, and they're quite chivalrous, gentlemanly, and kind of, they do all the nice, right things, and they're good company.
But they're shallow.
But they're shallow?
They're shallow.
All right.
Very
I
shallow.
think the younger men can be the same as the older men. There's no difference. They still want one thing. I'm sorry.
I agree with you there.
That's not exactly true.
No, it's what?
Sorry. I'm 25, coming on 26 at the end of this month.
Yes.
I don't believe that's right.
No, it's wrong.
If you find someone, you find that chemical reaction in your brain and in your body and in your heart.
Oh, yes, but
that doesn't mean that person's going to be shallow and chivalrous.
I didn't say that. I'm saying the first time you go out with somebody, they virtually, you go home and you think to yourself, right, we're all right here, and then they think, oh,
that's what you want. That's what you want. A woman today doesn't want an old-fashioned...
I want a man that wants me to love me, not straight away. Wait.
You wouldn't get the first date, would you?
Hang on, my love, please.
Not taking him home. If I'm in the car, it's taking me home. For say we went to a nightclub or a show or something like that. Nightclub wouldn't be a show because nightclub.
Hey, come over here, you. Come over here. Come over here. I can't get you from there. Run! Come on. Sit down there. You'll never get a man if you walk that slow. Sit down. What are you saying to her?
That's why I haven't got one.
Yeah, come on and talk to her. What are you saying?
No, I'm saying when you go home, you take them home. They take you home in the car. You think, right, lovely.
What are you doing going home with a man in a car if it's the first time you've met him? You don't even know him. You turn up and find out who he is first.
No, you do know. You've got to know him. You've been out with
This
him.
young man seems
You
to
don't
have more common sense than you do, and you should be old enough to turn around and teach this man what to do.
Oh, well, you go with him then.
I didn't say you could go. Come back. She said go with him. So what's she doing wrong then?
Well,
She's what? She's going out with an agenda.
She's allowing herself to be picked up, isn't
Yeah. If you go out with an agenda of what you want and who you're looking for, you're not going to find it.
No.
You've got to go out there with an open mind.
Come up here. Come this side. We're all ganging up on you. Come that side. Sit down. Right, go on.
I've been on my own.
Sit down, tell her.
32 years.
You're not on your own now, though, are you?
I've been looking for a man, a nice man. Sorry?
What are you looking for out of a man?
Somebody to love me, just to love me and want to be with me and help me and do my housework. Not decorating.
I think women set the standards too high in fellas. Women set the standards too high.
Oh, is that what you think?
No, I don't.
I think if you both set standards. I mean, standards come from both
A
sides.
woman doesn't want a man that's just a working man these days. A woman wants a man with the status.
No, that's not. I don't get. No. I want the man that would like me and my children.
When you say that, you sound as if you're speaking from kind of bitter experience.
No,
No, I don't mean bitter. But you've had a bitter experience, but it's not made you bitter.
I've been through the run-of-the-mill advertisements.
Oh, you're bitter then?
I've been through all that. I've done the adverts. I've been to clubs and everything.
No success.
No. I've had success. Well, say no success. I've met somebody, but when I don't like them, that's it. I've been to a restaurant or a pub with a fella, and I've walked in and I thought, don't like this. I've gone out the back door.
Oh, and left him there.
Most of the advertising.
All on his own. Hang on, wait a minute.
It's horrible.
That's
I know it's
don't
horrible.
let it get off this. It's horrible. It's wicked.
It's horrible. I know it's horrible.
That poor man said. And what do you think that does to?
You'd be against me.
This man has kind of steeled himself to go there. He's put on a clean shirt, clean undies. He didn't know he was going out with you, so he put on clean undies. And he's got himself all sealed up, carnation. He's gone out there, got himself. Because a man has to get his confidence to. And what do you think you've done to his self-esteem? He's probably never gone. You've probably destroyed his trust in women and everything forever.
That's true.
If it had been like that, I'd have had him.
If it had been like that, you'd have had him. What do you mean? My friend here says you women have two grand expectations of men. You want money, status.
No.
Don't you go? Ferraris. Move over.
It's true.
Well, a bit of money wouldn't go in this, but no, I think...
I don't go.
In the paper. You see, like, he must have a car, he must have teeth, his own hair.
I'll spit then. I'm sorry, did it go on you?
That's what a woman said to me one evening. She rang me.
To have your teeth smoked
I replied to her advertisement. And she
Her advert?
Yeah, she said, have you got hair, have you got teeth? And what goes against me is my size in heights. Women like tall men.
Yes.
How tall are you?
I think that's why I'm coming unstuck.
How tall are you then? If you stand up next to her, you might be in there.
About 5'6". No, women like tall men.
5'3".
Sorry, about your size, Robert.
I'm 6 foot. Right. Sit down. So, his thing about no. This is really important, because there's a lot of people. You shouldn't mock this. This is really important. So. He said all the things that he thinks men looking for in women, and you said no, that's rubbish. So you're quite happy to have a man with no teeth.
Well, the teeth might be a bit of an issue there, but the colour...
No hair.
Sure, I was married to 5'2".
When it actually comes to the crunch.
No, but when we all get to know each other anyway, there's quite a big difference.
You quite like him, though, don't you?
Oh, yeah,
he's
fine.
quite nice, isn't he? I mean, I'm giving him a bit more time to win his way.
Yeah.
He is, isn't he? He's charming them. You'd take him home, wouldn't you, for Ovaltine?
Yes.
You're on for the Ovaltine. I'm promising anything else like that. Right, come on, you two, back over there. So, what he's telling us, that men have it hard. He's saying men have it harder than women, Sue.
That's rubbish. It's absolutely rubbish.
Why?
Well, you've only got to look at the audience here. So where are these men over 40? There are probably 4 or 5 men
Amy,
here.
where are the men over 40? Where are they?
There's one.
Oh, here they are. Here they are. I've got one. I found one. I found one. Go on, make your pitch. Make your pitch. Make your pitch.
Yeah, my problem is I can't touch up.
Hang on a minute. Jake, we know Jake. Jake's a gentleman. Go on, make your pitch.
I have a problem of chatting up women. They show all the signs, but I don't know how to go about it.
You have a problem chatting up women?
Yes.
It's harder for men, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, don't you start. Sue, how old are you?
52.
Do that for me. Are those your own teeth? Are those your own teeth? He's got his own teeth and he's over 40. Have you got his nice smart suit? Got a car?
I haven't got a car.
Have you got a job?
I do charity work.
So you're a nice man. Yeah. Now then, why would he have problems then? Do you think it's
charming.
Let me put it the other way around to him. Sorry. Do you think, John, it's harder for men than it is for women? You heard what Giselle said. You've heard Sue. You've heard several of our women up there who've talked about men being shallow or only being interested in one thing. I can't imagine what that could be. Do you think it's harder for you than it is for them to find somebody to love?
It's harder for me. Most of the time, they show signs, but it doesn't click up. Before I realized they are gone, there was a time a woman showed some signs and all these things to me, and then I didn't click up. The next time he saw me, he said, "That stupid man is coming." That stupid man is coming. Then I said, "What is it?" Then my friend told me, "You are too slow. You are too slow." I said, "I'm too slow about it. The woman is after you and you didn't look at her.
You're too slow. Would you like a cup of Ovaltine? He's geared up for you, isn't he? Jake, is it harder for men?
No, I don't think it is.
You don't?
No, I don't.
Oh, you can go home.
And I think it's particularly easier for older men with younger women because upon the balance of probability, they are less demanding, they are more forgiving.
Who are younger women?
Younger women. Less demanding.
They don't know where you're coming from. They've not learnt anything yet. So you've got nobody you can fool. An older woman you can't fool.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Let's take on the event that perhaps I don't want to fool them. I don't want to fool them at all.
All right, you're honest.
So why can't I just upfront it and say, well, this is the way I am, and by and large, they are certainly less demanding, and they are certainly more forgiving.
Forgiving of what? What do you need forgiving for?
Well, because we stray from time to time.
Right.
Sorry, but if you were mine, I would not forgive you. And I'm younger, you'd be gone.
I think perhaps you think less of yourself than you ought to.
I'm not having some
would.
older man thinking that he can stray from me, because it won't happen. I'm younger, but that doesn't make a difference.
I wasn't suggesting it was the age difference that made the difference. I was just saying, as it turns out,
you did, Jake.
Younger
you said she'd be more compliant.
I said younger girls
were more understanding,
more forgiving, and more understanding,
and more superficial.
Yes.
Acknowledges the older lady.
Gina, what is it harder for men?
No, I don't think so. I think it's harder for women. A man can walk in a pub and nobody will look at them. If a woman walks in a pub, you feel like you're on the go. The other thing is about women making sure men have got their own teeth, own hair. Would a man go out with a bald and gummy woman? Would they?
You might reckon this,
And also, I've been there and done it and got the T-shirt over and over again. Well, clubs, pubs.
How old are you,
Young
Gina?
men, 53.
Yeah, and how long have you been on your own?
Well, since I've been married, separated, 22 years. I've had 3 or 4 long relationships in between. And I've been on my own again for a year and a half.
Why?
Because I don't go out anymore.
Why?
Because I've given up.
Why?
Because I went to a club.
This is a record for wise.
I went to a club the other week, and the men were pot-bellied, tattooed, earrings. They don't take any pride in themselves.
Put your sleeves down.
They don't take any pride in themselves.
But not all men are pot-bellied.
I know it's trendy to walk around with your shirt outside your trousers, but to me, it just looks scruffy.
What, like Bernard hasn't got his? You're not trendy, Bernard. Either way, you're going to lose.
He hasn't been there and got the T-shirt. He can't really say.
All men are not.
I don't go out now because I'm sick of that scene. I've been to clubs, I've been to singles clubs. I don't like pubs. I want to be taken out to the theatre.
You want to be loved?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I want a bit of respect.
Colin, why can't you give her a bit of respect?
I can, yeah. By all means, I can.
What's the problem with men, then?
They just haven't got any gumption anymore.
You didn't let him speak.
Well, that's right.
Colin, stand up for men, Colin. Hang on, our kid. I'll come to you. Go on, Colin.
I've found that certainly younger men do come across...
Hang on, please, you can't. Colin.
I found that younger men do indeed come across as shallow. But I've found, I'm coming up to 41 now, and I've found that a lot of women, they tend to go for, like this gentleman was saying over there, they tend to go for the taller man. And I think they miss out.
What do they miss out on, Colin?
Oh, a lot.
What kind of things? Well, come on, pitch. Pitch yourself. You've got a room full of women here looking for a man.
Just because
you're not touching that. It's harder for a man. That is exactly why it's harder for a man to actually go out with a woman, is because a woman stays in a pub and waits to be looked at, whereas the man will make the first move, and you have to pitch. You have to pitch, you have to sell yourself. It's hard work. And go on. And like the lady over there, that was in the pink.
Gina.
Yeah, Gina.
Yeah, but we're worth working for, aren't we?
And if you stop wanting to pitch,
some women are, yeah. Some women are.
Yeah, but if a woman come on to you, what would you feel if they came on strong?
Oh, I'd love it.
I'd love it.
I'd love it.
It is the year 2000. It is the year 2000.
I just warn just in case, because I don't want anything. I don't want anything. As soon as you two started talking, I was giving her a nudge, and I was about to say.
I would love it personally because I think it's the year 2000, and I think if women actually went out there...
Maybe that's where I'm going wrong. Maybe I'll start that then.
Yeah,
but why don't you instead of going out to these, what I agree, shallow places...
I don't go now, though.
Why don't you start going to a counselling course? That's how I met him. And I tell you, when you start sharing deep things about yourselves...
Yeah, but I went to a computer course and I didn't meet anybody there.
For God's sake, you're a good-looking woman. Get out there and get your brain sorted.
And instead of waiting to be asked,
I'm not waiting now.
Waiting to be looked at,
well,
then go and ask. Go and ask.
What you ask?
Do you want a drink? Do you want to come out?
I think you're making yourself interesting. You've got to make yourself interesting. It's good.
That's what you got to do, Sharon.
Yeah, I think so. I think all this focus on finding somebody, is not the thing. It's like just living your life.
That's right.
Enjoying yourself, your friends, your family.
That's right.
And these things just come. And I agree with what you say. It's like, just be friendly. That's how
we come back to the point where the gentleman there made, is that chat-up lines are cliche. They don't work. I've never ever used one in my life. The only thing you can ever do is be you, be truthful and be honest.
I said it's difficult for me. On normal occasions, I will tell you an instance where a woman came and knocked at my door. It was raining, windy. So I said, it's raining, I can't let you go. She slept there. In the morning, I left. I went and came. She was still in the house. And then the next day, she brought a friend.
A friend? A female friend?
A female friend.
Oh.
And she brought a friend. Then I made a cup of tea for them. They sat down, we chatted and everything. Then the next time I heard, he was saying something else.
About me.
She was saying something about me.
You're too slow.
No, that I'm not all right.
Oh, you're not all right?
That's what she said, but I'm all right.
What's he doing wrong, Gina? I can't say, I mean, I know what he's doing wrong, but I'm not allowed to say what he's doing wrong. Oh, you could help us, Jake.
Well, I could...
What's he doing wrong? No, the women. No, here we go. Here we go. Come on, this is a brilliant case, isn't it? Because actually, there's all the women going, these men, they're all shallow, they only want one thing, whatever. They want a man to be sincere, honest, considerate, and all the rest of it. Here's this fella playing the gentleman, and we know what the women are thinking, oh, he's duff. Because he's being a gentleman, isn't it? Isn't it? Come on, Sue, help me. It is.
I don't
Georgina,
what
isn't
you're
it?
saying.
Yes, another one. They think you've got to move a bit faster, our kid.
On another occasion, somebody invited me to the house. She was pressing the remote control. All of a sudden, the remote control is lost. Help me to find it. Help me to find it. I said, oh, you were just using it. Then she started crawling on the floor.
Because she wanted to know you.
She was trying
to find what she wanted to do. You know when you put your hand under the settee, like, she wanted to put her hand under that. All that for me. All that for me. And for you to accidentally meet. And then she would have squeezed your finger, and you would have squeezed her, and then you might have kissed.
And she said I'm not good for her.
Well, if you won't go for a remote control, you're obviously not good for her. What keeps fitting today? Do you think my teeth are going?
This lady here was talking about meeting on a counselling course. I think probably you should find out where there's an assertiveness course.
Yes,
and go and join that. Because I was just going to ask this gentleman on this side.
Assertiveness course?
Yeah, assertion training.
When I'm working, I'm assertive.
Are you?
Yeah, very assertive.
Oh, right.
But you
with
don't come to me, isn't it?
Before I realize, before it clicks up, then...
Before it clicks up?
Yeah.
I was worried the first time what you said. You're talking about what clicks up.
That's what
Before?
The lady wants
Have you
me
chatted her up?
No, I haven't done that.
Have you said hello?
She has said hello to me.
Did you say hello to her?
I responded.
Did you say, hello, I'm John? Put your hand out.
No, I didn't.
Why didn't you do that?
I don't know.
Did you say hello to Sharon?
No.
Why didn't you do it? Did you say hello to Jane?
No.
You got a pick of them round here. Or you could have Jane's mom, or her mom, or the daughters. I mean, you've got 4 lovely women round here, all thinking you're gorgeous. Don't you dare say he isn't. You never know, though, do you? You never know.
And then I had another person, the sister...
Hey, John, I don't want your life history.
Yeah, it happens. And I know a friend, an elderly man, who is far older than me. If a woman leaves his house today, the next day there's another one.
Oh, he changes his women every day?
Yeah. No,
faster than his underclothes?
Yeah. Then the son asked him, Dad, how do you do it?
How did you do it? And what did he say?
Then he said, come, I will train you.
You're going to train him. Does this help it if you have a younger man, then?
Well,
does that keep you young?
First of all, I want to say just 2 things here. That I don't think it's the men who are shallow, and I'm going to probably get my... Well, not be thought of very... I think it's the women who are shallow. We are more than looks. You know what I mean? What men stereotypically think of women. We are far more than that. We have so much to offer. And like you said earlier, what bloke could want?
No, Gina!
What bloke could want? Seriously,
for God's sake, let her get it out.
This is shallow men.
Can I just make it clear, this is the BBC.
And bottoms.
This isn't ITV or Jerry Springer. No, it isn't. It's very important. I've got a 3-page list of the things you're not allowed to say, and that definitely is in that list.
Bottoms is all right.
Bottoms is all right.
Right, if you're only going to be, you're only going to attract men who want bosoms and bottoms, and they will bore the pants off you, and they will be.
They do.
But why are you arguing with me then? Why are you arguing with me?
Would you like to join the conversation, Georgia?
If men look at you with just looking at your figure, they're not going to look at your brains, are they?
So shallow men.
So you go out and project you and talk to them and make sure that they know that you're not just
that. Sort of
that.
man, I don't know.
Surgeons, you want to
It's just, that's the way it is.
Now, hang on, Marlene. Now, Georgia, come on, what are you going to say? Hang on, what?
Margarita.
Margarita, I'm sorry.
No, I feel quite disillusioned with men, and a little bit like this lady in the end.
Yes, I'm disillusioned. I'm a bit this lady.
I think she's got a really strong personality and lots of opinions, and I think that men can sometimes be quite frightened of that. Because if you're attractive, as she is, they see that, and then when you start to talk and show that you've got this other person inside who's got lots of ideas. I mean, I did a counselling course.
Please, love, you keep saying every time you mustn't.
I don't pick anybody.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
I did a counselling course.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot about myself to try and make myself a more understanding, better person, better to be with somebody else, you know, a more understanding partner with my children, with everyone around me. But I found that the men, they didn't like this. They didn't want me to be like that. They just wanted me to look pretty, do the dishes, make the dinner, be there. Once I gave out my opinions, my strong opinions...
But you're meeting the wrong kind of men. There are some men who
I don't know, where do you go to meet these men?
I don't know, because I'm not looking for them. But
I don't know where to go.
But I can honestly say to you, there are some men who like strong, assertive, confident, independent. I do. Definitely. My wife's as strong as independent as I am, and if she wasn't, I wouldn't fancy her.
I've got a strong...
You know, and I think that's...
But then you're meeting the wrong men. The problem is, you need to meet men who are as strong as you. What you're doing is meeting men who are your social and intellectual inferiors, aren't you? And that's no good for you. Not today. You see, it's changed. It might have been all right in the olden days when women would have to put up with the husband, but now you don't have to put up with it, do you?
The strength, it comes also in the fact that that lady is not afraid to dress very attractively as well. She's not saying, oh, I've got this brilliant brain, I must wear boring clothes. She's saying, no, I'm going to wear lovely clothes.
That's the other extreme.
I'm going to show that I'm an attractive woman. And I'm also have a brain, and I also have things going on that I want to say. And a lot of men don't, a lot of men don't like that.
Who are these men who don't want to listen to it? Who are they?
Well, I don't know, she's met them all. I'm sure she can say their names and addresses.
Men become intimidated.
I agree. Certain men do. This man
you can't generalise. You're generalising all of you. Say men, men. You can't do
that. Hang on, please. Colin, is she right about men not being assertive and aggressive and independent and being afraid of independent women?
I think a lot of women don't like to be challenged.
Well, women don't like to be challenged.
Yeah, a lot of women don't like to be challenged.
How do you challenge them?
A lot of men don't like to be challenged.
Hang on, let Colin answer.
I was going to say that. I mean, people don't like to be challenged in the relationship.
How do you challenge them? How do you mean?
Well, there has to be a stronger personality.
And you're the stronger personality?
I wasn't in the relationship in my marriage. I was fairly easygoing, and I'd let my wife sort of do things and...
take control?
Yeah.
Right.
Which women I think find boring. And like men find women, I mean, if there's,
maybe so.
if you, I mean, I know men who go out with women and they say to them, what do you want to do? And they say, anything that you want to do. Where do you want to go? Anywhere where you want to. You know, that would absolutely bore the tears out of me.
But do you honestly think that the ladies that have given their strong opinions here today are like that? Because I certainly am not like that. I'm very opinionated, which is often my downfall, and I accept that.
Mine.
But I think you've got incredibly high ideals about men.
That's absolutely true, and I don't intend to drop them either.
Well, that's fine, but that then you must live with the consequences of that.
Correct.
Because I've had to go into psychotherapy and change my ideals.
If you're not prepared to bend,
well, you come down then.
I definitely have come down because my ideals were too middle class, and I looked out in the real world and I thought, God, where are these men my mum and dad told me about?
So is he second or third best then?
That's what she said.
I've got the guts to say it, that's all. You're all thinking is, you said you come down.
I've evolved.
Oh, evolved.
I have evolved into...
Like human beings.
This chap said he was brilliant. He said women are looking for a set of agendas. I couldn't agree with you more. I listen to women. I'm the one who goes in the showers and the gym with women.
How about if you've got to take it from our point of view as well?
I will.
We have very probably had someone that has been, I probably should say, inferior to us, or someone who...
I have. I've had 2 marriages.
But then that's why we set our ideals at a higher stake.
No,
we are worth more than that.
I think you should bring them down.
Even lower than that.
Why?
Why should she compromise?
Because society is not what it was in the 50s, nor the 60s, nor the 70s.
Exactly.
The men aren't there, she's saying.
I am saying there is becoming, the roles
are you happy to be downgraded or whatever?
I'm not downgraded. I am an equal.
Absolutely.
I am an equal. I am.
But I was looking for my dad. I was looking for my wonderful father figure.
I mean, not to, perhaps.
No, I wasn't.
I think
the values that my dad had.
These two had a good going over at younger men.
Yeah.
How much younger is this fella?
15.
15 years younger.
And my second husband's 8 years younger than me. My first husband was 6 years older than me.
So is that what they should be looking for, a younger man?
Rubbish.
And
it's
you shouldn't be looking for an older one,
Get the age, and don't be put off if they're younger.
Could you come and join the conversation?
Can I just say, sorry, what was your name?
15 years
Sally.
old.
So you said you're looking for your dad, and
No, not looking for my dad, looking for the values that my dad upheld.
that's exactly what I'm looking for. Somebody like my
No, and
father.
I've had to drop them because they were from the war and they were
dated.
Dated, they are dated. Unfortunately,
somebody
very
reliable.
unfortunately.
What is it you're looking for then?
Well,
Hang on.
I'm not
You're older than
necessarily.
her.
I'm not necessarily looking. I've just.
No, that's what she was saying, I mean.
I've just come out of a 10-year relationship with a guy who was 12 years younger than me, but he continuously let me down. He wasn't reliable, but he wanted to get married. He didn't want to split. And he said, "You're looking for your father. You're never going to find him because he's so reliable." That's basically it.
Well, you see, this is where
So what are you looking for now?
I'm quite happy to be on my own at the moment, Robert.
Why? Hypocrites! Hypocrites! Look at it, they've all come here saying, I'm looking for a man, I'm looking for love, and when she says I'm happy to be on my own, it's like as if to say, I'm late for school, I'm glad you're late for school too.
No, it was, do you feel okay if you're over 40? That's what I read when I sort of was coming.
Yes, that's right.
But I would be quite interested to meet somebody older, to share older now. Having been with sort of younger men for the last 20 years, there are things you can't talk about.
Such as?
And it becomes hard work. It becomes like having another child.
What?
You have to explain everything to them.
What kind of things did you have to explain?
Even the Beatles, pop music, history.
Yeah, the Beatles, pop music.
Little tiny things.
I bet I've never heard of Elvis Presley either, have they?
If you talk to, he was an Elvis Presley fan, actually.
Oh, all right then.
I felt in the end,
The older men are
sometimes
better.
he was like another child.
Really?
Yes.
What age was he?
He was 33. He's 33 now.
Hey, I tell you what, I've been asked to ask you if you like older men. Of course you do, don't you?
Yes.
Of course you do. I mean, I've been asked to say, do women like older men? And if so, give us a ring. Well, of course you like older men. They're more suave, aren't they? They're more sophisticated, intelligent, urbane.
Boring.
Yeah. Excuse me. Ring us, 0990 100 771 if you prefer older men, if you're a younger woman that prefers older men, if you're an older man that's with a younger woman, or if you're a younger woman that was with an older man and he was terrible and a disaster and you would never ever do it again, or if you're an older man that's been with a younger woman and she was terrible and disaster, never did it again, come and talk to us about whether or not it actually works, whether it's a good thing. Younger women preferring older men. And can you still feel attractive and sexy when you're in your 40s or your 50s or?
I don't think it just got anything to do with love. I feel same as I've always felt.
How do you always feel?
Young.
But do you still feel good about yourself then?
I do, yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Is there a problem? Well, how old are you?
I am 45.
Is there a problem when you get to 45 and building relationships, meeting people? Is it about the way you feel about yourself, whether you feel attractive, whether you have confidence, self-esteem, whether you feel sexually attractive?
I feel comfortable at my age to start life again.
Again?
Yeah.
Why are you starting again?
Because I've been divorced 10 years.
Right.
I've been bringing up family on my own.
Yeah.
I have 4 children.
So what, you'd put your life
now
on?
Now they've grown up.
Right.
So even they say it's time for you to make your life, Mum.
And that's what you're doing now?
I am, yeah.
And you've heard what, well, you've heard Gina given up on men. How old are you, Gina?
53.
53. And look at her, she's given up on men.
The only male that's on my bed is my cat.
So what?
No.
Yeah, and you can believe that if you like. Yes, Gina.
You can't have a conversation with a cat.
I do. I talk to my cat. All my cats. I've got 5.
So what would you say to Pam then?
Pardon?
What would you say to Pam? Pam is 45 and she's starting out her life again. And you, Mrs. Catwoman, are saying what, forget it?
No, not at all. I mean, I was still doing the clubs. I had a late single life because I had my son at 17. So, and I was married young. I had 2 children at 22. So we got divorced at 30. So in between 30 and 40, in my 40s, I was still boogieing and clubbing it and enjoying it. So, I mean, you know, you can still do that. It's just that it seems a long time for me. I find it boring now, though I love dancing. I belong to a variety group where we do shows and entertain. So that's my outlet, so to speak.
And the cat.
And the cats.
Yeah.
I couldn't enjoy myself while I had the children. I had my first son at 17, and they're all off my hands now.
You're going to end up like her, 53, with a cat.
There's nothing
Probably am, until I find the right person.
I've just got no confidence whatsoever at all to go out there.
Why?
I need my friend holding my hand every step of the way. I just don't know. I was married, but I've been on my own now about 16 years.
How old are you?
I'm 42 now. My daughters are sort of like on the verge of flying the nest, and I just shake. I've just got no confidence. And if a man, I think, would approach me, I think, my God, why is he speaking to me? I've got nothing to offer.
Gosh, you're lovely.
Oh, I don't feel like that at all.
I understand.
I can feel my voice shaking talking to you now.
Well, why?
Because I've got no confidence, and I don't think, probably I just don't feel worthwhile.
Come on, please, Jane.
I don't know.
Me and my mum, you'll have a good time. You'll meet people.
I wouldn't go out.
Take her everywhere.
Oh, yeah?
Take her everywhere. Just
I go out with my friend and her husband.
And she was like
What you mean you won't go out?
I just find it hard just to even
Where do you live?
go out. I live in North Wales, and it's a seaside sort of like place.
Come down for the weekend.
Well, it's not. Well, it's quite for
it's
the
quiet,
locals,
isn't it?
but it's
Yes, I mean, it's quiet.
holiday makers. It's geared round holiday makers.
Yeah.
So really, to find a pub like
Where
for
do you
people,
live?
mate, it's hard.
Portsmouth.
Do you want to go down to
Yeah.
Portsmouth for the weekend? With us two?
I used to live in Plymouth for a while, but see, I wouldn't go out. I was married then anyway, so I wasn't allowed out really. But I've just got no confidence.
So how are you going to...
I've just got.
How are you going to manage to meet somebody if you won't go out?
Well, I want him to come knocking on my door. I want
But
him
he
to
won't do that, you know that.
and say, "Come on, Lynn."
Marlena, what are you saying? Oh, right, come on.
You won't get them knocking on your door.
Shame.
Don't expect to have
No,
somebody
I know
knocking on your
that's-
door.
I know they're not going to do that.
What does she do, Marlena? Oi, oi.
Well, my life started again at 40 when I got divorced. And I've lived out in America since 1962, and I got back to England 3 years ago. And since I've been back, I've met a lot of men, and they've been very interesting men, educated, and I used to be shy like you and not want to talk to people. In fact, when I was married, I'd go to a party and I'd stand in a corner. My husband was much of an extrovert, and he'd be talking to people, and I'd just be standing there, not looking around and not talking to anybody. But fortunately, living in the States has brought me out, and I've got what I call Americanized. And now I can talk to anybody. And I've got a boyfriend at the moment who's 52. And I'm 65.
Well done, Marlena.
I believe in growing old gracefully. And I'm sorry, I'm not in the toy boy range.
But you can still grow old gracefully and have a partner. You can
Yeah,
grow
true.
old gracefully with your partner.
A platonic friendship, maybe.
Or even a sexual friendship, relationship. Why not? You can still grow old. I mean, are you married?
My husband died 5 years ago.
Right, but if your husband had still been alive, you would have been growing old as you did, presumably whilst he was alive, gracefully, with him, and having a companionship and a sexual relationship. But growing old gracefully doesn't exclude all the other things, does it?
I think so, because I enjoy ballroom dancing, and I write a lot. I write poetry, etc. And I mix with people of all ages. But I find that younger men for older women, to me, would never appeal to me.
Oh, right, that's a different issue, yeah.
That is a different issue. I was married for 32 years, and I've been divorced 18 months, and I've found it absolutely, well, I was like that lady there. I found I had no confidence. I'd got friends who were single, the same as I was, you know, divorced, and we went out, but I found it so hard because the 50-year-old men aren't interested. I found the ones they wanted, you know, the 30-odd-year-olds, and it puts you at a distinct disadvantage.
Well, is that the problem is the men of your age that you might have found attractive or interesting are interested in younger women?
Yes, they were.
Well, so you've either got to look for younger men who might be interested in older women, but they might have the wrong motives, which is what Sue was saying, that they just want you. No, she didn't say they got the wrong motives. She found them shallow in the end. Or you have to go for a man perhaps older. So let's say you were 50. Instead of the 50-year-olds, you'd be looking for the 60-year-olds. And is that not possible? Or are they too? Do you regard them as too old?
No, I think age is a state of mind. I don't think, you know, I don't think whether...
But why did you just say about younger men, then?
But because I found that the men in their 50s who I met...
Oh, they weren't, sorry.
They wanted the younger women. They weren't interested in somebody like my age. They wanted someone like, you know, in their 40s.
Is that right, Jake?
No.
How old are you?
62.
And are you interested in women your age? He's not, is he? No. He said no. You said no, Jake. I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Are you interested in women your age?
Yes.
And you're... How old are you?
I'm 40.
You're what?
I'm 40.
You're 40, and you are interested in women your age?
I don't feel any difference now at 40 to how I did at 25.
Oh, no, well, we all feel that, but I tell you, you are. I was just coming to you. Well, how old are you?
Approaching 47, Robert.
47. Are you interested in women your own age, or are you looking for the younger women?
Either way. I won't admit to growing old. I won't grow old disgracefully.
You won't grow old?
No, no chance. I don't believe in growing old gracefully.
But so
I want to grow old.
So you agree with my friend here? It's a state of mind.
It's how you feel within yourself. If you've got confidence and you can put yourself over to a lady. I've replied to newspaper advertisements, and they've asked me what I like. One has said I like clubs. All-night clubbing and all that. Oh, I'm too old for that. I've done all that.
What about cats? Do you like cats?
I used to breed Siamese cats.
You used to breed Siamese cats?
Is it? Oh, I like them.
Yeah. You like them?
I like those, yeah.
Oh, and so did this one. Remember this one?
I can't say I'm at my age with a ball of wool and just give in to old age.
You're not going to give in?
No chance.
You're confident, or confident might not be the right word, but you're still determined to look for hope. You're hoping that you will find somebody.
I believe if it's going to happen, it'll happen. You can reply to millions of advertisements.
Yeah, do you know that's really what you just said? If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Well, I think that's pretty true, you know. If it's going to happen, it is going to happen.
I must admit...
If it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen.
I must admit... I have not
but if it'll happen, it won't happen.
I've not got the confidence to chat up a woman.
Oh, really? What have you just been doing? Who would you like to talk to? Come on, just pick.
There might be one or two in here.
Oh, come on then, come on then. You've got to this is terrible risk. It's a real risk for me, because if I end up embarrassing you or the woman, I'm in deep trouble. And I shall go home tonight and have nightmares about what I did. So this is really risky. It's a risk for you. So, do you want him to choose or not?
Yes.
No, there's a lot. There's more quiet ones. Just tell me one that you would like to talk to.
No.
Oh, is it young? Young or younger? What?
She's a similar age to me.
Oh, similar age to you? Oh, would she be sitting that side or this side?
Right.
On the right. Yeah. Is she sitting in this column or the next column?
Next one down.
This column. This column. I know where she is. Is she with the daughter?
Yes.
It's you, our kid?
Yes, I know.
It's you?
Yes.
It's you? I thought you was looking at your daughter. You did too? No, I don't want you to be unkind, but you've got to tell the truth, OK? Would it... I haven't formulated it yet. I'm trying to think here, but he's shy. He said he's shy, and he's gone all red. Now you can see he's gone all shy. And obviously I don't want to say, oh no, I wouldn't touch him with a barge pole or anything like that. But he can't chat people up. Would you be interested in talking to him, having seen what you've seen of him today and his personality? Should he be? Would you or not?
I would say to him, I've already spoken to him before when we came
really?
in, and he spoke to me fine. If he worries, if he gets rid of the chat up business, and you just talk to women like you talk to guys.
Listen to her, she's giving you advice.
If you talk to women and sort of try and take away this, oh, could that be my next partner, chat them up to ask them for a date. If you start talking to women just as...
I just be myself.
Yeah,
you can be yourself.
You've got to be normal.
It'll just, you know, come naturally, really.
Just let it relax, our kids.
Don't
Go with, don't be scared. Stop putting on a show and just go with it. No, that's what she said. I'm not saying that. She's saying, don't come on heavy, just go with the flow and say, what are you doing tonight then, eh? Do you want some Ovaltine? Giving up?
No, never give up.
Why is that then?
Well, I was divorced for 5 years, and when I was 52, bought a motorbike and did all the horrendous, got tattoos and did all the things that all the younger people do, right? And thoroughly enjoyed myself for about 4 years. And then I worked in a pub and I found this fabulous man who had been there all the time, really. And there was no, I mean, he was a friend and we just fell in love, basically.
And is he good?
He's wonderful.
Oh, really? Brilliant. There you go, it can be done. Don't give up. You've got to have the confidence to go forward and don't go looking everywhere for somebody, but think that it's there available for you, because it is, really. You'll find somebody. Take care of yourselves.
If you'd like to join Robert in a programme about children who batter their parents, call now on 0990 100 771. Does your teenager or adult child hit you regularly? How do you cope? Have you considered reporting them to the police? Has your
I suppose it's saving you a little bit of money as well.
Yeah, anger and